Kendall can't be happy now that Spike is living with Ryan.
If it means she'll get her freedom back, she'll live with him.
You wanted Ryan to take Spike?
Now Annie and I have something in common. Ryan took kids from both of us. See, this is all working out the way I thought. Kendall finally believes that she didn't kill Stuart. Annie's starting to trust me. And I'm going to keep pushing her until I can break her.
I don't know how you're going to do that.
I do. I'm sure Zach must have told you about my remembering.
Yeah. I can see the relief all over your face.
Well, I'm sure you can. I didn't kill Stuart. Annie did. And she's the one who should be paying the price.
Hey, I'm with you on that one, all right? But the big question that everybody's going to be asking is why? Annie saved Adam's life that night by dragging him up to the attic. Now they're engaged.
Yeah, the why is Emma. Adam caught Annie trying to take Emma from the nursery that night.
But then he just turned and walked away. She could have just split.
No, I think Annie went after Adam because she thought he was going to call the cops. Or, I don't know, maybe she was genuinely concerned about him. Either way, when Annie came back to the nursery, Emma was gone. And I know that because I remember seeing her peeking around the corner downstairs in the parlor. And Annie was nowhere in sight. So maybe then she saw Stuart. She thought it was Adam calling the police to have her arrested for kidnapping. He was in her way, standing between her and her daughter.
And that's all she ever wanted. That was her daughter. And she'd escaped. She was safe in another country. And she came back because of Emma. For some reason, she thought that Adam was standing between her and her daughter.
Well, okay. You've got your motive and your opportunity, but how are you going to convince her to admit what she did?
We don't. Emma is the key to doing that.
Leave Emma out of this.
The last thing I want to do is upset Emma, but clearly she's lying. There's no way she saw me pull that trigger. And now she's carrying around this horrible secret with her because clearly she saw her mother shoot Stuart.
I heard that she's been staying home, missing a lot of day camp. No contact with her mother since Ryan took that phone away.
Ryan's protecting his daughter. That's what he's supposed to do. I know he headed with this, and I'm not doing it.
Zach, you're going over there this afternoon to visit Spike. Why can't you just see if Emma is willing to talk?
Because it's Annie we're after. Spike is with Ryan so we can get some sympathy from Annie. We're not after Emma.
Okay, but the way to get to Annie is to get Emma to admit that she saw her mother kill Stuart.
Hey, Kendall. I'm not doing it.
You and Zach are missing the perfect opportunity to put this whole thing to rest. And Zach knows it, too.
Zach just doesn't want to put Emma through any more trauma.
Jesse, neither do I. But don't you think her holding on to this lie is even worse?
You know what? Right now, I'm more concerned about you. Now, okay, this might not be the state pen, but it's still a prison, Kendall.
The nights are the hardest. It's when my imagination gets the best of me. I get paranoid about Liza, how she feels about Zach. And Zach knows it and won't do anything about it. So he suggested that I start writing again.
Has it helped?
Some. Actually, it's helped a lot. It's what helped me remember everything that happened that night. It helped me clear my mind and allowed me to remember every single detail about that night. It's also allowed me to realize that Emma is the key to ending all of this.
Hey.
Hi.
I came to see Spike. Is he around?
Oh, actually, he's taking a nap.
Oh, could he check? Maybe he's up. I don't know. Just like to see him.
No, sure.
Hi, Emma.
Hi.
This is kind of cool. Cool pencils. Where'd you get these?
Fusion.
Fusion. So these are the real thing, huh? Professional pencils. Wow.
Is this what a prison looks like?
Yeah. Did a nice job. bars in the window and the fence right here. That's,
We have a fence at our school.
Were you thinking about Kendall?
I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I do too. You know, it'd be a cool idea if you do some pictures for her. I'll make sure I'll get them to her. She'd enjoy that. You want to do that? Draw some pictures?
I drew pictures for Mommy.
Did? What do you want me to take them to her? Sure, done deal. Hey.
He's still sleeping. You want me to wake him up?
No, I'll come back later. Thanks. I'll see you, Mom.
What are you doing here?
I showed him my drawings. Do you want to see, Daddy?
Hey, sweets, I'll check out your drawings in a minute, okay? So, what are you doing here?
I came to see Spike. He said it was all right.
Hey, Karina, remember you guys were gonna make cookies today? You want to get started on that? What do you
Yeah,
think?
come on.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see Spike anytime you want. Absolutely. But I'd like you to stay away from my daughter.
But if I come here to see Spike and she's here and says hello, I can't ignore her. That'd be rude.
No, of course it would be. Emma's been hurting a lot lately about Kendall, and I'm trying to keep the details away from her a little bit. Trying to protect her. But I'm not going to lie to her about it. I'd like to be the only one that she talks to about this.
That's why you keep her from Annie as well.
Of course I'm keeping her away from Annie after everything Annie's done to her. Yes. I'm not going to let her hurt Emma ever again. I'm not going to let anybody hurt Emma.
Maybe she's already hurting. You just don't want to accept it. Oh, and for the record, I'd never hurt the little girl. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
No, you're not interrupting a thing. She's all yours.
Did I miss a phone call or something saying you were coming over?
For me? No. I was just driving back from the casino, and I thought about what we talked about. I went to Ryan's to see Spike, and it got me all upset.
So you thought you'd come over and take it all out on me?
No, I just thought we both wanted our kids back.
If we're gonna be working together, it's gonna take time.
I've accepted my wife's guilt. I would not accept my son living somewhere else.
At least you get to see Spike every once in a while. Okay, Ryan doesn't let me anywhere near Emma. I'm not even allowed to talk to her.
I talked to her. She gave me these to give to you.
Adam's given me so much. A second chance, the thought of a new and happy life, but it doesn't mean anything if I don't have Emma.
I understand, you know. Unconditional love. You would do anything for Emma, wouldn't you?
I already have.
You make it sound like that's a bad thing.
It was.
She's quite the artist.
When I first came to Pine Valley, all I wanted to do was protect Emma from my horrible ex.
It's a tough thing to do.
But I think that was the last time I put her first. Then it became all about me. I mean, I used my own daughter to hold on to Ryan, to keep him from Greenlee. I mean, what kind of a sick mother does that?
Oh, the kind that wants a better life for a daughter. Hey, our childhood wasn't that different. Psychopath in the house, hurting people, twisting people, wanting control.
Your father.
Your brother. So I get it. You and Ryan, you wanted some stability for you, Emma.
Yeah, so much for stability. I mean, I really used to think that Emma was what kept me grounded and kept me sane. I really, really did. But then I realized I became so obsessed with holding on to her that that's inevitably what threw me over the edge. And the night Stuart was shot, I almost took her with me. I cut the power. I was gonna grab Emma and run. That's all the plan that I had. I just knew if I could get her out of this house, Emma would be mine.
So all the chaos that night. Perfect time for you to get out. Why didn't you?
We got separated. Go back upstairs, okay, sweetheart, and wait for me there.
I'm scared.
No, sweetie, but everything's gonna be fine. Do as I say. Everything will be okay. Go. Go.
Annie. What do you mean you get separated?
Adam. I found Adam. He was alone and confused, so I realized what I wanted wasn't as important as helping him. I mean, you know all about that, right? Putting others' needs ahead of yours. That is why you're here, right? How is Kendall?
I want my kids to have the best life possible. And Spike, Emma, with Ryan, it's not what they need.
Ryan, you know, he makes all this noise about being the best father in the world. He only took these children from us for one reason, to punish us, and he's getting away with it.
Oh, don't worry about it. Because before long, everyone's going to be right where they need to be.
Mom's still at the studio.
And Ian is,
sleeping.
yeah, I went to see Emma.
You talked to her?
She was drawing a picture of a prison. She was asking about you, making sure that you were okay.
Poor thing. To have seen her mother kill Stuart and then have to lie about it's clearly eating away at her.
Well, we got to put an end to that lie very quickly.
So she didn't admit that she lied?
Ryan came in. And that was that. But before he did, Emma gave me some pictures, some drawings to give to Annie. So I did. I took them over there, and Annie looked at them, and she was hit. Made that work to our advantage, and I talked to her about that night. And she told me that she and Emma got separated.
What else did she say?
Not much, but I got to tell you, I know there's something. For the first time, I see that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, this is so good.
Fine.
All right, okay. How long is this going to go on, Zach? Is this going to go on forever? I can't take back sleeping with Ryan any more than you can forgive me. So where does that leave us? We can't go back, but clearly we can't go forward. So please, you tell me what happens next. What happens when Annie goes to prison and I walk out a free woman? Do I get more of this? You not wanting to touch me? You doing that polite, noble thing you do and leaving the room? For how long, Zach? What, years? Decades? I'm sorry, but this is not my idea of freedom. I won't be free until you stop punishing me. And tell me, Zach, please, I want to know, where do we stand? Where do we go from here? You get me freed, and then what? What good is freeing me from one prison if you're just going to lock me up in another?
This is your home.
Yeah, my home. Well, it may not have bars, but it'll be just as lonely. I'm not sure I can live like that. I'm not sure I want to.